Ideally, shade and companion trees are planted and allowed to grow for several years in advance of planting cacao, so they're well overhead and have enough canopy to shade young cacao. Temporary shade plants grow quickly to provide early shade and protection. Many cacao producers across the world use bananas or plantains, and another common and useful early companion species is Cajanus cajan, also known as pigeon pea or gandul. Both of these plants provide a staple and/or cash crop before cacao begins to bear fruit. Pigeon pea and plantain should be planted in the field at least 6 months before cacao. They are often planted between every cacao tree or in the inter-rows at the same or similar planting density as the cacao. These plants are cut down and removed after no more than 2 years to reduce competition with the developing shade trees. Medium-term or transitional shade trees provide shelter to cacao for 5 years or longer. They can be removed and replaced with a cacao tree when the permanent shade trees begin to provide enough shelter. Medium-term shade is often planted at a 10 to 12 meter spacing. Popular and useful medium-term shade trees include Gliricidia sepium, commonly known as Madre de Cacao, Madera Negra, among others, and also Inga edulis, commonly known as Goiaba or ice cream bean. These trees are fast-growing, with canopies that can spread just above the height of prune cacao trees. Regular pruning is needed to maintain an upright architecture and prevent branches from touching cacao trees. These transitional trees can be removed once the permanent shade canopy develops to prevent overshading and to reduce nutrient competition and tree trimming labor costs. Permanent shade trees are those that provide the final canopy shelter for the cacao. These trees should satisfy 3 major requirements. 1. Provide dappled 30 to 40% shade year-round, or at least most of the year, and are partially deciduous. 2. Have a vertical growth habit that is not competitive with cacao root systems and is easily prunable to keep branches off the cacao canopy. And 3. Offer value as a long-term investment as hardwood. The appropriate species will depend on your site. Examples that are common and effective as permanent shade trees include Cedrela odorata, commonly known as cedro or Spanish cedar, Cordia aleadora, known as laurel or Spanish elm, Tapubuea species, sometimes known as primavera, and Terminalia superba. Depending on the conditions at your site and type of tree chosen, the permanent shade canopy can take 10 or more years to provide enough coverage so that you are able to remove the medium-term shade trees. Permanent shade trees are planted at 12 to 20 meter spacing, depending on the expected canopy diameter of the species used. In sites exposed to regular and/or heavy winds, windbreaks are critical and are established ideally at least 2 years in advance of planting cacao. Windbreaks should be planted around the perimeter of an orchard and at least every 20 to 25 meters within the orchard. The windbreak will take up substantial planting area, decreasing the total number of cacao trees planted per acre or hectare. Windbreak plant species should be chosen for their ability to thrive in local conditions. Ideal windbreak species are those that grow quickly, are evergreen, and produce a dense canopy. At wind-exposed sites in Hawaii, cacao growers use Panax, Neem, Milo, and large-leaf mahogany. Often one species will be planted in a row, with 1 to 3 rows making up a single, double, or triple windbreak. In Hawaii, triple rows of Panax, Milo, or Neem, and large-leaf mahogany are often used. Each species provides a different growth rate, density, and canopy height.